guys, welcome back. Don't mind the look. I still look sleepy. I still feel sleepy even though I've been awake for about an hour. But anyway, Capricorns. The next person coming in. Let's see what's going on. You guys are like, the next person coming in better be the bank calling me to tell me that they're bringing me a nice little check. I know, BFFs. I know. Especially right now. You can check in there. We'll have to change the labels on those. Anyway, I have my my little helper, my daughter, in here, so we're trying to get things organized for the business. Walking away. The next person coming in, is that walking away from something? Or are you walking away? Hang on. Let's see. For Capricorn. Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. All tied up. And then door to value. I don't know what that is. Door to value. Alright, Capricorns, I feel like you guys have a decision to make. Yeah. And I feel like the next person you're going to meet, or the next person that's coming in, they're walking away from something that had them all tied up in their mind. This was something that I'm hearing comfort. It wasn't something great. See, now I'm all tied up in my mind because I'm always shown and felt how this person or you guys are feeling. And so now I'm just like stuck in my head for a second. No. Mm-hmm. Okay, this person has a choice to make. And right now they're all stuck in their head. Instead of, and I feel like I just used this on another reading, I can't remember which one, but I feel like they are walking away, but they've been stuck in their mind for a really long time. I feel like they had a choice, maybe between two people, but it was more of like between two different lives. What kind of life did they want to live? What kind of life did they want to go with? And I feel like they had an idea that they had grew up with, that they wanted to have kind of a picture of what they wanted for their life, but it was really more like an anti their childhood. It's almost like when you have a bad father, let's say, and they're like, I don't ever want to be, like my father, right? So they picture this life that they want, but then you grow and you evolve past your parents, you evolve past a point that nobody in your family has ever gotten to, correct? And so they've reached a level in their life where they now don't match with what they're seeing, but they still have that fantasy of what they thought their life was supposed to look like because they had it for so many years, right? All right, let's start clarifying. So I think they're having a hard time with a fantasy of what they wanted and what reality is. But I don't think they're like, I think they're walking away from that. Yeah, with the Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, what they thought they wanted, I feel like they actually got it. And they were like, they were dissatisfied. It wasn't what they wanted. It wasn't what they thought it would be. It wasn't what, because the person, the mind that was making up that fantasy, that was creating that world for them, that was a mind that had trauma, that still had illusions, that had that log in their eye, right? We make decisions, we make choices based off of, um, you know, our trauma until we heal it. So I feel like this person has been healing through this, and through all his childhood traumas. Yeah, like the fool, starting fresh and starting beginning, because this with the Three of Cups, yeah, with the Three of Cups, they're coming together with people that they feel that are aligned, right? With different kind of people. I feel like the person that they thought that would be good for them and would they just turned out to be not who, they don't match him anymore, because this person has outgrown that vision, right? And so with this Three of Cups, because this is Beetlejuice, I remember this dinner where they're talking about ghosts, right? It's full of different people from different genres, from different niches. One is, an interior decorator. One is their publicist. The other one is the boss of the husband, which he is, I think, a writer, or I don't know what he does, honestly. The other lady works in also in art. One is um, a art critic. One's a publicist. So it's almost like you accidentally made yourself into the Johnsons, but everybody is the Johnsons. And that's not to like hit on anybody. If that's your goal, that's fine. But I feel like for whoever I'm talking about, they wanted that, like the Johnsons, like every house looks the same. Like they have the big old house, but with like 2.5 kids. I don't even know what that means. Three kids, maybe two kids, a dog, the white picket fence. But this person, as they were getting their dream, they realized that that is boring. They are bored out their gore, okay? And what they want is really something different. And so now they are financially independent. They have their sovereignty in finances. I feel like this person does very well in finances, at least enough to be able to take care of their family, right? But now, what they're wanting, or what they thought they wanted, what the fantasy was, is not fitting. And so they're making the decision, and they're allowing themselves to be released from this fantasy, because that's difficult. When you have a fantasy since you were like a childhood, but it's almost like that outfit that you've been waiting to lose weight, and then you finally fit it, and you're like, this doesn't look right. Maybe it's no longer your fashion. Maybe it's no longer your style. Maybe it was a personality of yours when you were like 8, and it just doesn't fit, right? With the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, this isn't making them happy. I feel like they've met people, they might even have been in a situation where it was like that family, or they were close to that family. And with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it just didn't work. It just didn't grow the way he wanted it to grow, or they wanted it to grow, because it just didn't fit in. It grew in perfectly, but then when it grew perfectly, it was like, this doesn't look right. I don't know if you guys have ever driven down like neighborhoods where every house looks exactly the same. That gives me the creeps. That gives me the full fucking creeps. If I go down a neighborhood that looks creepy and everything looks different, and it looks odds and ends, and the houses are shaped differently, that to me, I'm like, I'm home. I'm home. Like, I'm just like, I don't want to live in a house that looks like every other fucking 500 houses in this neighborhood. And they're all so next to each other. That's like, no, it just doesn't fit. And I feel like for your person, it just doesn't fit anymore. So I feel like this person is making the decision to walk away, because it no longer holds anything for them. But I feel like they're having a hard time, because they did in their mind have that idea of, this is what I want. This is what I've wanted for so long. And they've reached the point of where they could do it financially. They are financially independent. They are financially stable. But everything else is no, yeah, with the Ace of Swords, they didn't see it clearly until they finally had it. And I feel like some of them might have actually had the full picture. So some of these people might be getting divorces because it was almost like that. I'm getting that song again with Dollhouse by Melody, whatever her name is. It's called Dollhouse. It's oh, I can't even remember the name. And I won't play the music because last time I did, I got copyrighted. So, yeah, but it's called Dollhouse. It's and it basically it's like a family where everybody pretends to be perfect. They picture perfect for the picture, but outside of reality, you know, the dad's cheating, the mom's an alcoholic because she's unhappy. The daughter, well, the daughter is doing, you know, whatever the daughter does. The son is doing the basic shit that you see on TV. They pretend to be the good kids, and then they keep getting into trouble, and the dad pays for them to, that kind of thing, right? I think it goes faces, faces, no places, places, everybody places. Oh no, I can't remember how it goes right now. And I still have my morning cracks. How much time do we have? I'm gonna go do this one. Let's do this one because we still have time. Let's do this one. Yeah, with the Ace of Swords, you're finally started. They're finally starting to see clarity. They're finally starting to see clarity with the Two of Pentacles, but they still have that choice to make. They still have that choice to make. I feel like they're right there. They're right there. I feel like they might have actually made it. Because when I said they're right there, I felt that like warmth. Almost like, okay, they've made the decision. So it could be half and half. Some of them have, some of them haven't. And if this is reverse, if this is you guys towards somebody, then, you know, reverse it however it needs to be. Oh, we got two. Yeah, the Three of Swords. They're heartbroken, not just because of, yeah, they've been through situations where they got in relationships where the people fit the profile, but remember, like, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but a lot of times when you get like these picture perfect women, nobody's perfect. There's a lot of falseness. There's a lot of like insecurities. There's a lot of, do you know what I mean? Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? When you get with these picture perfect women that just are happy when you're spending money on them, they want to go out and get the nicest, and that there's nothing wrong with that. But that's a lot of times that's what makes them happy. Like, and I'm not saying all of them, but that is like when you get a certain type of woman, that's what you get, right? It's giving that video with, I think it's plain white tees. Um, I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope you see. How does it go? I hope it eats you.
What?
The play white T-shirt song.
Premium white tees.
No, no. Um,
No.
it's right there. I can't think of it though. My brain is still sloshed this morning.
Hey.
I hope it. Yeah, with the Five of Cups. With the Five of Cups, they are sitting here and they've grown and they had almost like a. It was almost like a split personality because they were trying to fit into an ideology that they had a fantasy of, but really with the Five of Cups they felt left out because they felt like they didn't fit in there anymore. Yeah. um yeah, but that's coming to an end. Death, that's bothering me. I really want to look up that song. I don't even know where my phone is. It's plain white tees. Uh with the seven of wands here. Yeah, they now have like, they're wanting to fight for what they want. They're wanting, and I just saw 444. They're wanting to fight for what they want. They're wanting to make that change because they're absolutely miserable. It's like that person I'm getting a movie. I don't know what movie it is, but it's like a same-sex couple. It's a man and a woman and a woman, and the girl's very artsy fartsy, very hippie-like, and the girl, even though she didn't behave that way when she was with her significant partner, she took her home for Christmas, and then all of a sudden she was like, "My family doesn't know I'm gay," and she's like, "What?" And so she actually had to pretend to be her friend, and then like she was miserable. She was like, I can't believe I'm with someone like this. Like, and the father was like, like they were like on the Republican side or something. Like they were, I don't know, what is it, the conservatives. So he was trying to run. So even when he found out, it was like, well, nobody can know. Like it was just no. I would like be like, nah, I can't be with you. I can't. I will never fucking hide who I truly am just to make you happy, right? Look, yeah, with grip, anchor chains weighed down, they feel like they're getting a lot of pressure. This might be somebody that is very known, well off, and they're getting a lot of pressure from people that are around them. Um, I think that they've said that they don't give a shit anymore. They don't give a shit anymore. They don't care. They want to be happy. They want to be with who they want to be, and even if it's different life, where they're gonna sit there and hi, Baba. Oh, you're the boo. My little car. Excuse me. Okay,
How do I do this?
hold on. I'm busy right now. You're gonna have to wait. Um, yeah, they're fed up. They can't deal with this anymore. Okay. They want that closeness. They want to feel that soul connection. They want that the blood ties. Basically, I feel like they have a contract with you. They have um, that soulmate connection with you. I do feel like this is a soulmate, and they want that feeling. Even though they got everything they wanted on paper, it's almost like they're looking at a paper. There's not that deep connection, that feeling of safety. Oh shit. Yeah, look, hot pursuit, bounty hunter, chaser, pursuit, hot pursuit. This could be somebody that you already knew, and they kind of went a different way or never made their choice because, they didn't think that maybe you maybe live an alternative life, a life that is very different from what Let's say, so it's like, let's say me, right? Let's for example, I do this, I do, like, I'm quirky, I'm different, I swear I don't give a flying fuck if you don't like how I am. I dress weirdly, I dress with whatever the fuck I want. I really don't care what people think or say. Imagine me dating somebody who is wants to be governor later on in life. Imagine being governor and having a witch wife. Does that make sense? That's kind of what I mean. Um, I do feel like, though, this person with legal court paperwork filled, I feel like they're having to dismantle actually a life, and it's going to cost them, and they're having to go to court, and they're having to do they're actually having to dismantle a life that they already had started to build. They might lose money from this, they might lose, but you know what? I honestly believe that freedom is priceless. You can't put a cost on freedom. And I'm talking about the freedom to be yourself, the freedom that to not have to explain myself to fucking absolutely anybody, because I do not explain myself to any fucking body. Nobody. I give no explanations to anybody. And if you think you have, or I give explanations when explanation is required, or where I deem it a situation where, let's say you're helping me and I'm going to give you an explanation, but I don't need to give you an explanation, right? I'm not an asshole. I'm going to give where where given is needed. But for someone to be like, what do you do? Where do you do this? How do you do this? Oh, absolutely none of your fucking business. And get the fuck away from my face. Like, you don't ask me shit. You don't ask for me shit. You don't ask anything of me. It's none of your business. I feel like you might already know this person because this person is watching you. And they are like a surprise visit, and they're heavily watching you. This person is like focused on you. But they are having to dismantle a life that they had already started building, but they are fucking miserable. They're miserable. They are gonna want to talk to you and get on the same page, okay? Let's do these. Last but not least, we want to know a little bit more about what there are like. Friend zone. Maybe this is somebody that had friend zoned you in the past, right? And maybe because maybe they did like fumble the ball with you. And again, this is not like, I don't feel like this is somebody you were in a full blown relationship with. But I do feel like they fumbled you in the past, and maybe they're gonna come in and be like, "Hey, can we at least start as friends?" It is saying that you guys might be incompatible, or you feel that way. Let's see what else about Capricorn's person. But they think you're a catch. You're the catch. I'm everything you've been looking for and more. Um, but you might think that they're incompatible. Okay. Let's see. Or there just might be things where you guys are very different. Like I said, this might be somebody that grew up with like preppy, let's say it's like punk and the football, what is it? I don't know football. The football captain, captain of the football, right? And normally isn't it like the cheerleader, the captain of the cheerleader team with the captain of the football team? But yet you're like the leader of the feminism and then group, and then you're like the weird artsy fartsy, and I call you weird artsy fartsy, knowing that I'm a weird artsy fartsy. Like if you guys see my products, I'm a fucking weirdo, and I hold back because I'm like I don't want to scare people off with my darkness. Here comes my other cat that has the cone and thinks that he can just synergy. You guys have good synergy. You guys are symbiotic. You guys could work together if you guys got together to work. You're in the way. And excuse me, can you go that way? Okay, thank you. He's like the bull in the china shop right now. It's pretty obvious that you're into me. I feel like this is them. Um, yeah, so it could seem like at the beginning there could be a little bit of lack of um, trust, a little bit of lack of like trying to get into that um, trying to understand different perspectives. But after that, it does seem like it could be a good thing, and you guys could work together. This could be a door to value, right? Opening opportunities and doors for both of you. Yeah, no, I'm getting responsible, super light together, and I just saw like two different wedding rings with love, so it could work out. Um, there has been a lot of distractions in my reading, so I feel like this person might actually have a lot going on, and they might have. It might be hard for you guys to get time together because there might be a lot of distractions. But besides that, it does look like it could work out. It's just gonna have to be like, planning things and getting things together and just kind of like being bendable, being amenable to changes and stuff, right? Okay, Capricorns. I think this looks pretty good. Use your discernment though, and if this is somebody that did something that is unforgivable, then I would, use your discernment. I'm going to go and kick my cat off my table because he's getting on my damn nerves. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.